Judge, this is the case of Heartbreak Hotel.
Thank you, Nick. I've got two young people that have a baby and they're trying to keep it together, but they're getting hung up on problems with, wait for it, social media. Let's see what we can do for these two.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Brianna Molyneaux and Stephen Rivera. The two of you have been together for 4 years and engaged for 2, but you don't think you're gonna make it, so you want to have the car that's in her name transferred to your name. Before I get to that, though, I want to say this. The fact that you don't think you're gonna make it distresses me because, and you should hear this, you've got a 1-year-old child together, and you are 4 months pregnant. So I'm telling you right now, I'm fighting. I'm fighting for you. How did we get here today?
Well, I got here because Stephen is a womanizing, he's manipulative, and he's selfish. For example, he would get ready for the gym, do his eyebrows, do his hair, he would wear matching clothes, and he would take an hour to get ready just to go to the gym.
To go sweat. Now, Mr. Rivera, did you take an hour to do your eyebrows, look good, so you could go to the gym?
I mean, to a certain extent, it's true. I mean, I don't take an hour, but I take like probably 20 minutes. You know, I wake up.
You take pride in your appearance.
Yeah, I take pride, yeah. I wake up and I wash up, you know, I shave, and the stuff that a man does, yeah, I put some wax on my eyebrows once in a while just to lay them down.
You wax your eyebrows?
Oh, yeah.
Whole new world. Whole new world.
Yeah, that's
Ms. Molyneaux, other than that, he cares about his appearance. Give me a story that's gonna shock me about what he does as a womanizer, cheater, or liar.
Well, when we first got together, he got a social media that he was like, okay, I'm gonna get social media so I could put my pictures of you and the family and everything. And you know, of course, all girls, they get excited, like, oh, my man's about to show me off.
Right.
So we get the social media, and then next thing you know, I start to see naked booties everywhere. Like, he's literally like liking every picture. And when I tell you, Yana, it was more than 1,000 pictures on there, it shook me because I felt disrespected because that wasn't the purpose of the social media. You don't want your man's attention on someone else, you know? And so, especially when he made it for y'all, and then his whole social media is about everyone else, you know?
Did you have 1,000 pictures of naked booties on your social media?
it was probably more. I don't know.
Probably more than that.
I don't count, but
You're gonna own it all.
yeah, get off the table.
How much sense does that make, though? That when you're in a relationship, you populate your stuff with naked booties?
Well, I just followed a lot of IG models and stuff like that, and it would just pop
So
up.
they're just in your feed?
At first, it was in my feed, but then I started following pages and stuff, and then I started liking pictures, and she started catching on to that and stuff.
Now, Ms. Molyneaux, I'm gonna say this, and I know probably all the women gonna be mad at me, but they're everywhere. I mean, I get naked booties on my feed, and you know, how you gonna get super mad about that stuff that is proliferating the entire internet?
It bothers me, as in being a woman, it messes with your ego, and it makes me feel insecure about myself, and I start to try to look like them naked booty girls, you know?
Right.
And I start asking if I'm good enough for him, you know, Your Honor? And I try every day to better myself for him. And so the fact that he's sitting here wasting time doing that, when I could be doing that, but I don't. I mean, it's not the fact that, okay, it's naked booties and they're on his page. It's the fact that he seeks that attention and he goes and adds multiple. He doesn't just add like, oh, random chicks. They gotta be booty naked. Like, and he's adding that to his life.
I got it. Yeah, I get that. Do you think he's actually cheated on you?
Well, not while we were together, but he did tell me, like, I asked him when we first got together about this one woman, and he told me, like, he didn't sleep with her. And so he would go around with his friends and everything and be around her, and I trusted that. But then later on, he had got drunk one day and told me
that he had done that. Mr. Rivera, what are your concerns? Why do you think this relationship is disintegrating?
I think of our arguments, we're constantly arguing. She going crazy on me. She's a whole different type of
Give me an example of a crazy argument that you've had.
There was an argument one time where I ended up throwing a chair at my TV I just bought, and it was like over $1,000. And I forgot what the argument was about, but we were getting into like a heated debate. I think it was over a girl.
Naked booty.
And yeah, I liked a couple pictures. I think that's what it was.
So you threw a chair at your own television because you were looking at naked booty pictures on the internet. How much sense does that make?
It wasn't like because of that. It was just what led up to that. It kept escalating. She kept throwing low blows. And
What kind of low blows was she throwing?
Just, I don't
Tell
remember.
me what she said. Give me the worst of it.
She just started talking about, oh, like, I could have any guy I want, and why do I settle for you? Because you're over here looking up, entertaining other hoes and stuff like that. The same exact words. So.
Did you say all of that, Ms. Molyneaux?
No, Your Honor. I didn't say it like that. And secondly, Your Honor, when we got into the argument about the women and everything, he threw the chair at the TV because he got caught, Your Honor. It wasn't because...
Because he got caught looking.
Yeah, he got caught doing it, and so when I confronted him, because I had to screenshot everything or he'll lie about it. So when I show him the screenshots, he, instead of apologizing or trying to, make me feel better, he picked up the chair and threw it at the TV.
Were you trying to distract her with other things?
Yeah, I was kind of using that a little bit.
When it comes to my family, I don't care. I'll do anything for my sister. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of love we got. You get what I'm saying?
Tell me about the time that you left for 3 hours. What happened?
Yeah, I left because we got in a bad argument, and I just wanted to take, some fresh air and stuff. So I came back within 3 hours, and I noticed she was walking away, and she had probably taken an Uber or a Lyft or something. So I went in the house, and then she had cut my Puerto Rican flag. I have like a 12-foot flag right above my TV, just hanging out there. So she cut it in half. She opened my protein powders, like $150 worth of pre-workout and stuff. She threw it all over my clothes. All that stuff.
Did you do all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what, pray tell, were you trying to accomplish?
I was trying to make a statement. And one of the reasons I was trying to make a statement, if I could bring my brother, he could tell you how Steven is, and it will kind of open your mind to see
what you're dealing with.
He gets me that outrageous.
Mr. Zhang, is it?
Yes.
Molyneaux, please come forward, Mr. Molyneaux. Now, Mr. Molyneaux, what do you have to say about this relationship? What do you know about Mr. Rivera you think I should know?
I think it's unhealthy for a simple fact that he's a liar. He watches all kind of different women. My sister tell me her concerns, and me as a man being her brother, I care passionately. And so I told her what to look forward to. When she was getting with this man, so he was my homie. We grew up, we was buddies.
You know him.
Yeah, I know Steven, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we was going to parties, getting girls, the gym. We was workout buddies, you get what I'm saying? And I told him, don't mess with my sister. I told him that. He said, okay, bro. So now I find out he's a liar. Why? So we at the gym, right? We playing basketball. It's 5-on-5, right? He says, hey, everybody calm down. I'm gonna use the restroom. Stop the whole game, right? I said, nah, forget that. Let's keep running, 4-on-5. So 2 hours go by. We like, where's Steven? He said he in the bathroom.
That's a long bathroom break.
I'm all like, what happened? You know what I mean? I thought, dropping off the kids, but what happened? You know what I mean? So I say, forget that, So I hop in the car with my boy Adam, so we lose the game, so we mad. So we park in the front, and we see Steven walk out my mom and dad's house. He ran a block all the way from the gym to see my sister without my permission or anything. I didn't even know he was talking to her. So I call him up. Steven, where you at? He said, oh, man, I'm still in the restroom. I said, oh, really? I see you walking out my parents' house right now. So my sister's concerned, and I'm backing her 100% because when my sister was at the club, she broke her leg. A fight broke out. And instead of him being on his woman's side like a man does, you get what I'm saying? My woman's not tripping, putting her high heel in a cup and slipping on the floor and breaking her leg. So, and that's not even the hard part. She felt like he doesn't have her side. Because when she fell and hit that floor, her brother was picking her up, me.
Right.
And I said, man, help me with your girl, man. Help me with your girl. You get what I'm saying? So that situation, she feels like, hey, you don't have my back. And then they put me in bad situations, my sister and him put me in situations that I'm gonna protect my sister no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like in a situation 3 months later, her leg got healed, and we went to another club, you know, so she was happy that she was celebrating that her leg got fixed.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so what happened was, you know, Steven was looking at a girl's butt. I was walking by. I'm coming from a whole different club, so he couldn't get in to his neck tats. You know what I'm saying? So we had to go to separate clubs. So I'm partying by myself. They partying together. I walk up on them, and Steven's looking at girls, you know, butt. You know what I mean? And then so
I wasn't looking at.
I'm gonna get to you. I am. I'm gonna get to you. Go, Mr. Molyneaux, keep going.
So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm walking up like, oh, I had a good time. One day they had a good time. You know, Brianna going off on him. You looking at that girl's ass? Woo. And he over there. I wasn't looking at nothing. Whoop-de-whoop. It's like, man, he drunk. So he like, bitch, and pushed her when she had the screws in her leg. You know, just healing. So I got in his face. I'm all like, hey, whoop. You know what I mean?
I didn't.
He a bigger dude than me, but when it comes to my family, I don't care. I'll do anything for my sister. You get what I'm saying? That's the type of love we got. You get what I'm saying? So I get in his face, and she get in my face right after she fell from the bushes. She get on my face. That's my husband. That's my fiance. I said, I don't care about none of that. You're not gonna hurt my sister in front of me. A man should never feel okay to touch my sister in front of her brother. Ever. You should never put your hands on. That's not how we was raised.
Yeah. You lose your job, you sit down and you fix your resume. You don't pick up a gun and shoot people. Keep it together. He seems to indicate that you don't care for her and treat her well. What is your response to that allegation?
Well, I think that's I do a lot for her. I pay the bills, I hold the house down, you know, I take care of my kids, our family and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I do whatever.
But that is not, that's one thing and it's a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna say that. Holding down the house is a beautiful thing, but I'm asking you, how do you treat her?
Well, in the beginning of our relationship, I treated her good. You know, I took her out. We went out a lot of places.
Yeah, in the beginning, but I'm talking about now.
Now, it kind of got a little icier because, you know, all the craziness and then the trust issues and stuff like that.
Who doesn't trust whom?
She don't
Just
trust
you?
me, yeah.
Because of all of that booty watching you do?
Yeah, because of that. There's a couple times I got caught and I had to pay for it now.
Gotcha.
And Your Honor, if I can interrupt.
Please, go right ahead.
I have been engaged 2 times, asked over and over. The reason why I don't trust him is because when he engaged to me in 2016, I said yes, of course, and Your Honor, we got into an argument, and so he told me, like, I don't want to be with you no more, like, oh, you're boring, basically, and he didn't want to marry me. So I took off the wedding ring, Your Honor, and it got lost. So when he engaged to me again, which was like, I think sometime in the beginning of last year, I don't have a right date, but I know our wedding was supposed to be in December of last year. And I got a wedding dress, Your Honor, right here. I could say. I got this wedding dress, and
that's a pretty wedding dress. Looks too big for you, but okay.
Well, I paid $400 for that wedding dress, Your Honor, and my family was really excited. I had my mom, my sisters, everyone was with me because they know Steven's history of turning down the wedding again. So we all got happy. My church was involved. Everyone was involved. That wasn't actually me wearing the dress, Your Honor.
Okay.
Because I gave it to his girlfriend. Because once he told me he didn't want to marry me no more, he told me I was like a mom to him, Your Honor. He told me that he didn't want the same.
I told her that she acts like a mom. Like,
how does she act like a mom?
like,
What are you referring to?
You can't do this, you could do this, telling me when I should go to the gym, how long I should be at the gym for. It's like, you know, kinda...
Your Honor, he said he didn't want the same no more, and he wanted multiples at a time.
I said that because we got in an argument, and I was mad, and I said things that I didn't mean.
He's always bringing up threesomes.
I got you. Mr. Molyneaux, you tell a great story, sir. Appreciate your coming here. Please, have a seat. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna talk about that car title, because I ain't interested. You figure that out somewhere else. I'm gonna tell you what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the two of you, because I like you. And what the problem, I say, he's not cheating, he's being foolish and childish and 24-ish. With all that booty stuff. You know, when you have a woman and that woman has your child, you have to defend her heart. And you defend her heart by not throwing things in her face that otherwise would be okay if you were 24 and single. You have to defend her heart. If you have enough on your feet, you can see a booty every once in a while. They come through all the time. Don't collect them, don't store them. That's like if she got a bunch of dudes in them briefs and just collecting them pictures. It would bother you. You have to think about her. You have to be empathetic. You have to think about how she feels, because that's necessary to her security, and her security is necessary to your child's security. I'm gonna say that. That's number one.
I understand that.
Number two, the mistake I think you're both making is a relational issue that is, I believe, unique to this generation, this immediacy thing. I'm angry, I must lose my mind. I am angry, I got to leave. Something didn't go as he looked at a booty, let's break the TV. Listen, back in the day, when I was young, you had to keep it together. We assumed that nobody was getting divorced and things were gonna go wrong and everything wasn't gonna go our way, and sometimes you're gonna be hurt and sometimes you're gonna be insulted, but you had to keep it together. When I'm going to school, 1964, only black kid, all white school, they weren't happy to see me, but I had to keep it together. Be mature, be grown up, you lose your job, you sit down and you fix your resume, you don't pick up a gun and shoot people. Keep it together. If you're upset about something, if something ain't right, sit down and have a conversation. Say, this hurt me and why. Don't just fly off the handle and run off somewhere and make a break. What do I want you to do, everybody? 1, 2, 3.
Keep it together.
This matter is adjourned.
What can Steven do to kind of help you guys get back to where this friendship began?
I need you to step up for my sister. If you love her, love is not just a word, it's an action.
Y'all just see sometimes the bad parts, but there's a lot of good going on, too. But sometimes you don't see that.
Hug it out of something
Yeah,
here,
we
you know?
can squash it, man.
All right. Judge Lynn had a lot to say today. Do you think she got through to Steven?
Sometimes I feel like he listens, but he doesn't. But I pray that he is listening and that him and my brother could be closer again, you know? But it's just gonna take time and it's gonna take boundaries.